All right, welcome. Today, we're going to look past the reflection in the mirror. We're going way deeper into this hidden world called your emotional body.
So let's just jump right in with a question. Have you ever felt just completely trapped by a feeling? You know that sense that your anxiety or your anger or maybe your sadness, it's not just something you're feeling, it's who you are? Yeah. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone.
Well, there's a name for that feeling. It's called the emotional trap. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's that moment when we get so tangled up, so fused with our feelings, that we kind of lose ourselves. We go from saying, I feel sad, to believing, deep down, I am a sad person. See the difference?
Okay, so how do we even begin to understand this trap? Well, to do that, we have to go to the source, to the place where it all goes down. It's time for us to meet what's called your emotional body. Think of it as the inner stage where this whole drama plays out. So, what is this emotional body exactly? Well, imagine it like this. It's a kind of energy field inside you. It's literally made up of every single emotion you've ever experienced. Every bit of joy, every ounce of grief, all the anger, all the excitement, it's all in there, living together in this one inner space.
But here's the thing. This emotional body isn't just sitting there. It's not a passive storage unit. The source material we're looking at gives us this really powerful idea. It says this space can actually become a feeding ground for something it calls false identities.
And that right there brings us to a really crucial point. How do we feed these false identities? We're about to break down this destructive cycle that, honestly, most of us don't even know we're a part of. A cycle that just makes those feelings that trap us even stronger.
So this false identity thing, what is it? First off, it's not the real you. It's a persona, an identity we build up around an emotion that keeps showing up. Like if you feel angry a lot, you might start to build this identity as the angry person. And here's the kicker. That identity needs your anger to stay alive. It literally feeds on that emotional energy. And its whole survival tactic is convincing you that you are the anger. And this is how we get stuck in the loop. Check out this cycle. First, an emotion pops up. Let's say it's anger. Then, step 2, you identify with it. You stop thinking, I feel some anger, and you start thinking, I am angry. Boom. In that split second, the angry person identity just got fed. It just got stronger. And so the whole cycle just repeats, and the next time anger shows up, it feels even bigger, even more powerful.
Okay, this next part is a massive turning point, so listen close. Emotions aren't the problem. Your attachment to them is. Just let that sink in for a second. This idea is a total game changer, right? It means the anger, the sadness, they aren't the actual enemy. The real problem is how we grab onto them, how we cling to them and let them tell us who we are. So, if clinging to the emotion is the problem, what's the solution? This is the good part. This is where it gets really empowering, because you can break the cycle. And it all boils down to one simple but profound shift. We have to move from attachment to observation. Let's really look at the difference here. On one side, you have the attached identity. That's the voice that says, I am an anxious person. It feels so permanent, doesn't it? Like a brand. But on the other side, you have detached observation. That voice says, I am experiencing a feeling of anxiety. Can you feel how much lighter that is? One is a label that defines you. The other is just a description of a temporary state that's passing by. You stop being the emotion, and you start being the one who's watching the emotion.
I love this analogy. It makes it so clear. Think about the weather. You'd never look out the window during a thunderstorm and say, I am this storm. That sounds crazy, right? You'd say, I'm watching this storm. Well, your emotions are exactly the same. They're just the weather of your inner world. You've got passing storms, you've got cloudy days, you've got bits of sunshine. But you're not the weather. You're the sky. The vast open sky that allows all of that weather to happen. And that all leads us to the most powerful takeaway here. You are not your emotions. And that's not just some nice fluffy thing to say. It's a fundamental truth. And when you really get it, it allows you to reclaim who you actually are, separate from all that shifting, changing weather of your feelings. So let's recap the big ideas here. First, your emotions are visitors. They come and go. They're not permanent residents. Second, the only reason they have so much power is because you identify with them. Third, that simple act of just watching them, of observing, is your key to freedom. And finally, the big one.
You are separate from the feelings you experience. You always have been, and you always will be. And so, I want to leave you with one last question to think about. If you're not your sadness, and you're not your anger, and you're not even your joy, if you aren't any of these fleeting emotions, then who are you? Who are you really? The journey to figuring that out, it starts the second you realize you're the one who's watching it all. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.